iHeartRadio, Fox Sports Radio, and FS1, wherever you may be and however you may be listening. Hour number 2, we are loaded today. Joel Klatt, Brian Cox, Rob Parker. This is just a fun day for me. I got a good night's sleep. I've got an untucked dress shirt on. I feel powerful today. Joy, how are you?
Feeling fabulous. We kind of have the same color on, actually.
We do. We're matching and stuff today. Whenever people complain, you ever hear people that complain about anything that's new?
Yes.
A lot. You know why people do that? Because a lot of people don't want to change because change equals work, and most people are lazy. A lot of people are just lazy. And if, I got to learn this program. I got to do this assignment. I've got to change my protocol. All these people in the NFL whining about the quarterback hits. No, as a coaching staff, you have to have more meetings. You have to have a couple new meetings. You have to implement stuff at practice. It means more work. And a lot of people are lazy, including NFL coaches. Bill Belichick was asked yesterday, and by the way, the Patriots haven't been flagged for a roughing the passer all season. Oh, what a shock that they actually put the time in and the work in and the teaching in. When people complain about not liking new stuff, it's because they're lazy and don't want to do the work. Trent Dilfer was on our show a couple days ago. And we were talking about how the Bears offense looks different. It's clever and smart and it's new. And the Rams offense and the Patriots and Kansas City. You watch a lot of these NFL teams and you're like, they just put more time in. And Dilfer talked about that.
People think that all NFL coaches are created equal. They're not. There's many that are just way smarter than the rest. And there's some that are just lazy. And they've just kind of climbed the ladder because they know the right people. And they've said the right things. And they've done well in interviews, and they got an owner to fall in love with them or a head coach, or they're loyal. Half of the NFL jobs just because you've been loyal to a guy. Then there's the special ones. There's the McVays, that they're just smarter. They're just better. They just work harder than others.
I see this all the time. Whenever I hear a comedian complain, well, it's too PC. I mean, you used to be able to tell certain jokes, and you can't. You're a comedian, brah. Write new jokes. It just opens up another door. But that means you're going to have to spend 10,000 hours writing another 20-minute set. And that's hard, and it takes a year even for a great comedian. But when I hear comedians complaining about it's too PC now. Oh, yeah, you got to treat women with respect. How terrible. Yeah, it is too. We now have, feelings for people that don't have power historically. Then write new jokes. When you watch Tom Brady, Tom versus Time, weren't you had to have when you watched that. You were watching a guy and you're like, holy crap, he puts this much time into it?
I watch tape all day Monday, all day Tuesday, and Saturday before the game I watch film. I don't know why I can sit here and watch it and, process information quickly, but I can. Running and lifting has been much harder to develop than this. This has kind of been in me, and I could literally, just watch film all day.
Most guys in the league aren't sitting at home off season watching film all day. Of course the Patriots haven't been penalized. It's hard. A lot of people are lazy. Don't put in the time. By the way, Andy Reid, last 25 years, he's had Jeff Garcia, Michael Vick, Donovan McNabb, Ty Detmer, Alex Smith. He's had to implement new offenses every quarterback. Now he's got Patrick Mahomes who can do things Alex Smith couldn't and Ty Detmer couldn't. And Michael Vick could do things that Andy Reid just keeps reinventing what he does over and over and over. I know this about Andy Reid, and I don't know him that well, but I know this. Dude puts in the time. He's doing Tom Brady in the offseason. That's why Kansas City starts. Andy Reid's teams historically are so good in September. He spends the offseason in a room dialing up new plays and creating new plays. Well, and with that, I know it's only NBA preseason, but LeBron and the Lakers face Golden State tonight in Vegas. And our rabble-rouser, our instigator, Rob Parker, is joining us on the show. A journalist.
What's happening, George? Good morning. Colin, good morning.
It's a nice suit you're wearing there. You look very professional.
Thank
USC professor. You and Bruce Hart have that new radio show. So,
but wait a minute. Before we get there real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Patriots don't have any roughing the pass. They have no pass rush. That's why. They don't get to the quarterback. Come on. You know they don't have a pass rush.
It's not great.
Okay. All right. Just admit that.
That's a pretty good line.
Thank you.
Klay Thompson yesterday said, I think the Lakers' LeBron's going to be kind of cool. I think he's going to make them way better. And then in this Bleacher Report story, people are like saying, well, I mean, the Laker roster and the Cavs roster is the same. Okay, in the tougher West, this Laker roster full of babies, kids who are all getting better, they're all emerging, they're longer, they're getting better. They won 35 games. The last 4 years, the Cavs roster, without LeBron James, won 23. That's with Kyrie and Kevin Love, and Kyrie's now out. These people that don't think the Lakers are going to win 50 games, I may up it to 58 by the end of this segment.
Let's make a bet, because I'm one of those people who don't buy into it at all.
At all.
At all. I think it's so overhyped, and I think bravo to Klay Thompson. He's right on the money that this team is no better than the Cavaliers team. Colin, why are you poo-pooing the guys who helped him win a championship and beat those Warriors? Don't act like that doesn't matter. All these young kids, you're right, you might say potentially, but they haven't done anything yet. And I still need to see it for myself and see them. It's different when the Lakers used to come into town and there was nobody there and young kids and you might have taken them for granted. Now every game is a big game and it all matters. Now I want to see when you're not just chucking up shots on a 35-win team and there's no blowback if you don't make it. Now all of a sudden you're playing with LeBron. And if he throws you a pass with a wide-open three, Lonzo Ball, and you airball it or don't make it, you'll have a totally different the way people look at you compared to last year.
You don't think Kyle Kuzma and Brandon Ingram in 2018 are better than Tristan Thompson, George Hill, J.R. Smith?
You might say that. You're saying potentially yes. But I'm talking about what has happened and to just say like those guys that won a championship didn't matter. J.R. Smith might not after the blunder and as he gets older. I get all that as we go forward. But don't think that that team that he has now is automatically better just because LeBron came to a younger team.
LeBron is average, even in high school to the Cavs, then Cavs to Miami, and Miami back to Cleveland. His first year back, they on average win 11 games. 11. The Lakers team,
so that's 46 and not 58.
Okay, it is. But Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram had injuries, probably don't have to be relied on physically to the same level. They're also players who are getting better. Brandon Ingram went from 8 a game to 16.5 a game. It's reasonable to assume he's in the 19 to 22 a game. Kyle Kuzma, 16 as a rookie. Reasonable to assume he goes to 18 to 20.
I like both of those guys, and I understand why you like him and whatnot. I just think the Western Conference is totally different. The Lakers will be the Super Bowl every time teams play them because of LeBron is involved. And I think there'll be a lot more pressure on those younger kids playing in games that matter.
How about Lonzo Ball? Let's shift to that. The Lonzo Ball is the one I'm most fascinated to watch because I think Lonzo's more effective when he has the ball. And I think LeBron can be effective with or without it, but prefers the ball. How do you think LeBron-Lonzo works?
I don't think it works at all, and this is a bad sign from this standpoint. Think about it, Colin. LeBron handles the basketball. You got Rondo, who's going to start the season as the starter. And then Ingram, remember when he played point guard last year?
Yeah.
He played very well.
He can be effective.
He could be very effective with the basketball.
Josh Hart, by the way, can also handle the ball.
He can handle it as well. So now that leaves Lonzo out of the mix. There's not enough basketball. And then they're talking about he's going to play between 10 and 30 minutes, which is weird because it's probably going to be 10 and 13 or 15 minutes with the second unit. And this guy went from the face of, that's what Magic said, not you, not me. He's going to be the face of the franchise. We're going to hang his jersey at the Staples Center to now coming off the bench. LeBron says he looks good. He looks like he didn't even have surgery, and he's playing great. That's what LeBron said.
Right.
So why is he not starting, Colin? Why are you picking a veteran like Rondo to start if you got this star who's supposed to be the face of the franchise with LeBron?
Because Lonzo had surgery, didn't work out a lot on the knee during the offseason, and the sense is he's not in game shape. He needs 3 weeks to work himself into the starting position.
I think that Rondo has potentially the chance to steal that job from him if it starts off well. You tell me right now.
Okay.
If they get off to a good start and they're playing well and Rondo and LeBron are clicking, you're going to go back to Lonzo Ball? You're going to take Rondo out? I don't think you would.
I think that's a very legitimate point. I do think I have suggested before that I like Lonzo. I'm not sure if this is a great fit. Rondo, listen, you got three guys who can hit jumpers on this team. KCP, Brandon Ingram, LeBron James, sometimes Kuzma, depends on he's hot. Lonzo needs the ball to be effective, and you can't have him just wandering around the court because if you pass him the ball, he's not a shooter.
And that's the other problem. So if you have all these other guys who are ball handlers, right? And then Lonzo becomes that guy who's open because he has a suspect jumper, right? So they leave him open.
Right.
He's got to knock down that three. He's got to knock down shots.
Would you? This is funny though. We acknowledge that. Okay, would you just acknowledge this? Golden State's the best team in the West.
No doubt about it.
What you also acknowledged last year after another title, fatigue in the regular season is very clear. They mail it in about once a week.
Yeah, but they have the right to. I get that.
Okay, but they do. We would acknowledge Houston's the second best team in the West, but they won't be as good defensively. Ariza gone, Carmelo in.
No doubt about it.
Okay. The third best team. Oh, Minnesota's got a nightmare in their hands. Jimmy Butler's leaving. We did see the way that Russell Westbrook and Paul George exited the playoffs. It was a mess.
Yeah, but I think him coming back is a good thing. I think they'll be better than you think.
I think Westbrook's going to be now suddenly a great distributor? You're telling me.
I'm not saying that, but I just think they could be better.
Are you one of these guys that thinks the Lakers are a borderline playoff team?
I think the Lakers are going to be the 6th or 7th seed. We could do double or nothing. You beat me on one bet.
What did I beat you on?
I beat you on
what did I beat you?
The AFC Championship games, where the Jaguars led the Patriots 20-10 going into the fourth quarter.
Excuse me. We bet the Patriots would win.
No, I know. I'm just saying what the score was.
So you already owe me one dinner.
Oh, you won.
Okay, what is your over-under on this team, the Laker team?
I say that they win 46.
That's not that far. I'm kind of in the 49 to 52 range because I don't think they'll start great because LeBron doesn't like practice.
Right.
So generally speaking for LeBron, he didn't hit it until about January. After the trading deadline, he focuses in. So you're not that abstract. I mean, you're at 46. I'm at 49.
I got Chris Broussard telling me 52, 53
I don't think he's nuts. I think the West is way overvalued. Minnesota now is a mess, hasn't done anything, and then you got the Jimmy Butler mess.
But wait a minute. Look at it on the flip side. LeBron struggled last year. Look, struggled to beat Indiana with Oladipo and nobody. Struggled, 7-game series.
Yeah.
And then struggled in the East against Boston with their two biggest stars out. So when you just look at it and go automatically, LeBron moving to the West and the West isn't as good, I'm just telling you, it's overvalued, overhyped. People will be disappointed. Because I don't think the Lakers are going to be there this year. I really don't.
One football topic. I said Sean McVay is going to become the Saban of college football and the Belichick of the NFL. That when you watch the Rams play, they are so dynamic and so clever and so thoughtful and so layered. They simply look like they're putting in more time in the film room. They just look like, oh, that team's incredible.
I'm glad you're saying that. I thought when you mentioned Belichick that maybe he has the defensive signals of the opponents that they're playing.
No. But I'm saying Sean McVay is going to become Saban and Belichick. He's going to get a generation of coaches fired. And I think Jason Garrett, when I watch the Rams and I watch the Cowboys, you know what the Cowboys look like? They're not putting in the time. They're not clever. They're not intuitive. They don't have multiple sets. They look vanilla. They don't look. When I watch Dallas, it's like those coaches don't work as hard as the Rams coaches do. By the way, they both have great backs. They both have great left tackles. They both have mostly possession wide receivers. You can't tell me Rams have great talent and the Cowboys have none.
Jason Garrett on most teams would have been fired already because it's just been lackluster. I told you the Cowboys are not America's team. They're South America's team because their record has been under 500 mostly with Jason Garrett. What have they made the playoffs? Only twice in his tenure? Most owners would not put up with that, but I think Jerry just loves the idea of him having as much influence and Jason just loving being an NFL coach, so he just deals with it.
No, the argument is, and I've heard this before, that Garrett feels that he owes Jerry the right to have influence, and Jerry likes to have influence.
Yeah,
so they're a perfect dysfunctional combination where Jerry can literally sit in on a Monday and listen to the game plan, and no other coach would give him that.
No, that shouldn't be your place. If you hired me to be the coach, you should allow me to be the coach and you be the owner. Don't you have other things to do rather than being in, what they always say, too many cooks spoil the broth. You can't have more people than you need.
Rob Parker, rabble-rouser, instigator. He's got a show with Chris Broussard now on Fox Sports Radio on a daily basis starting at, what time is it?
4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. The Odd Couple. Give us a call. One day we're going to have you on the show. How's that?
I call in, you mean?
Yeah, call in.
I'll be a crazy caller. Hey! Hey! Bills win the Super Bowl. Take your answer off the air. I will. I'll call with a fake voice. Rob Parker, good seeing you, bud.
Always.
Buy, sell, and hold, and Joel Klatt and I will arm wrestle before the end of this hour. Plus, Brian Cox, always a good view, always a good listen coming up. Are you ready to go out, showering to wash, style your hair, brush your teeth? I'm asking you as a proud member of Dollar Shave Club. Mornings, nights, want to look good, smell good, feel good. Dollar Shave Club. Right now, for $5, they'll give you a starter set. It's a shower set, toothpaste, toothbrush set, their famous shave butter and razor, $5. After that, regular price. The way I set it up with Dollar Shave Club, every 2 months, razor, shave butter, body gel delivered automatically. That's what's great about it. You can have stuff delivered every week. It comes in a little brown envelope every couple of weeks. Easy stuff. DollarShaveClub.com/Colin, Colin, a $5 starter set. The toothpaste, the body cleanser, the Boogie's Pomade hair gel, it's all there. Morning, night, want to look, feel, smell your best. DollarShaveClub.com/Colin.
Yeah, big plans for this planet.
Scientists who want to keep Mars untouched will have to fight.
What you're doing is not right.